So I'm making this video to kind of just show off the cooler stuff that I have. Uh, Obviously, I've already done a video on the Bob Marley, or the House of Marley rather, turntable. Um, you know my feelings on that if you've seen that. Um, but here's one of the cooler things that I have, and that is the Onkyo tape deck here from I think 1978. Um, it's I got it for like $30, and it was not in good shape. The belts were all mush inside of the tape deck itself. It was very filthy in there. I cleaned it out. The only thing I messed up on in repairing this was, in fact, if anyone does get a tape deck like this, I will probably see. I'll try to see where I've got the belts and everything. I don't really remember what it's called. I think it's literally turntables.com or something like that. It was really, really cheap to get the belts. The hard part was actually replacing the belts. It was not fun at all. The belts, getting the belt over the flywheel was the most pain in the ass thing I've ever done in terms of older equipment. Normally there's a lot of room in older equipment to do stuff, but yeah, this wasn't the case here. Like, you needed to be a professional technician to do this. And in trying to calibrate this machine, I messed up a lot because I don't have the tools to do that. I don't have the equipment like an oscillator and stuff like that, frequency counter, and I did get a frequency tape that helped a little bit, but I ended up having to go to an electrician dude, not electrician, but electronics repair shop. I cleaned everything, by the way, head to toe on this thing, and the guy tried to charge me for cleaning it. He was telling me that the tape heads inside of there were filthy and everything, but I did a thorough cleaning of that, so I told him, please do not clean this. And he didn't charge me an extra $20 to do that. That was ridiculous. But this is pretty feature heavy. You're not going to find these in modern tape decks. The high bias stuff. Oh no, well you'll probably find these. I'm not sure. I'm not positive you will, but you will definitely not find the Dolby noise reduction. That is technology that I don't think can be patented anymore or something. I don't know the actual details, but every modern tape deck that I see, not that I would buy one, but every one that I do see just lacks noise reduction. So this is one of the cooler things that I have in the house. This is a very dirty part of my house, by the way. I gotta clean up back here. Specifically this corner of my house. This. Let's see. So, the way I have this set up is a little cringe, because I have active speakers that I also have their House of Marley. You can see it's on right here. I have a Fisher Standard Studio. I think. Let's see if I can't find the model number on this one up front. I'm pretty sure it's there it is, CA 864. I got that for like $12. So I mean, honestly, can't really shame me on this one, because yes, it was $12, and all the fuses were blown out. I replaced all the fuses. That's all I needed. This thing I've seen on eBay for like as expensive as like $200, and the same goes for the Onkyo. If you get it totally repaired, in total working condition, they cost about $200 plus shipping. I think it's like $180. So I got really lucky in getting that one. Having only the belts being really the things that were messed up on it. You're not really going to get the, oh, and this is my little cassette collection that I just started. I've got a lot of David Bowie, or at least 3 David Bowies. I got Low, I've got a Ziggy Stardust, and I've got Changes, which is a kind of a best of compilation. Now, when I got this, the Bowie's Changes, it was totally sealed. I got this thing, all 3 of those David Bowie cassettes for like $20, and that sounds like a lot, but this was totally sealed. This is a chrome tape. It is awesome. It sounds phenomenal. I don't think I want to listen to this in any other format than cassette. This chrome tape right here. So it was totally sealed, and totally sealed, this thing goes for about, like, I'm going to say between $20 and $50. It might have been $20 and $40. So I did not lose there. The second I unwrapped that little guy right there, it became worth like $12 in mint condition, and it's still pretty mint. It's it's a little harder to ruin a cassette tape than it is to ruin a vinyl record and depreciate the value. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this sucker. I'm gonna put it this way, this side 2, because apparently I listened to side 1. And it sounds great. I just gotta change the bias up. Noise reduction for chrome tapes, I found doesn't sound great. For Type 1 tapes, sounds perfect. I love the noise reduction, but you really don't need it here. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, I love that like retro lighting thing they got going on there. And I mean, this whole thing here is just awesome. So that's pretty tight. Obviously this only has 5 different frequencies over here to mess with. That's the best setting I've got. That kind of is an all-round enough bass for me to be satisfied. And again, it goes really good with the active speakers. You do have to run it through with the because this is a relatively new speaker. You do have to run it through the headphone jack. Run it through with an aux cord, so I got an adapter here, and you hear that? That's not pleasant, but if you leave it alone, it sounds great. And then it goes right into the back of I really shouldn't do that, but it goes right into the back of the speakers there. And honestly, these speakers are not bad. I've seen a lot of reviews for these ones. I have way less criticisms of these speakers than I have of the actual turntable that I reviewed earlier. Definitely get these speakers if you get the chance. I mean, they're Bluetooth, they're battery powered. I used to take them to work because 2 of the stores that I manage do not have like ceiling speakers or something, or they had ceiling speakers but they don't work anymore. So I started bringing that to work for a little while, and it sounded phenomenal. I mean, you really could not tell the difference as long as you kind of strategically placed it within the store. And the battery life on that is fantastic. I don't use it Bluetooth anymore. I don't use it unplugged. It's always plugged in. And it just sounds great. My little apartment over here, which, again, I'm sorry, I have to clean up, especially this corner over here. My little apartment over here, I mean, it fills up the entire room. So I recommend that. That's the House of Marley get-together, I think. I might be wrong on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not positive, but you'll see it. It is very, very cool. And again, very excited to have this. I mean, I'm gonna play this one more time so you can kind of see. To swallow. and that's specifically for the tape. A phono is always on. Let me see something actually, because I've never done this. I'm kind of curious. I was listening to this record earlier, this single. Okay, so I was kind of hoping that you could play both at the same time. You can't, but that would have been pretty cool. I've got nothing else to say. Just kind of want to show that off. Loudness is not on. Now it is. I gotta play with that a little bit. I don't mess with this volume knob because this will just distort everything coming out of that speaker. Same thing with the volume knob on the tape deck over there. I do not mess with that too much. I just use the volume clicker on top of the speakers here. Yeah, hopefully that was a pretty cool tour of my system. I know it's not a lot. Everything I get is like budget, except for the speakers and the turntable. Again, I got those as a gift. Well, I got the first one as a gift. I'm sorry, I got the turntable as a gift, and I got the speakers myself to match the turntable. But yeah, hopefully that was a cool little tour.